Alright, so helmet halves. This is kind of what I do. So we got a helmet half here, helmet half here. Alright, so this was cut for a 30-inch circumference, and I'm cutting it down to a smaller circumference. Something, I don't know, maybe a, yeah, it's not written on here. Or actually, these were 14.75 inches. But so I'll cut them down. You can see the line right there, and I'll give you some more information about that here in a minute. Alright, so I've got those two pieces cut out, and I'm going to show you something. If you look, they don't really line up on a plane yet. Okay, and if you can imagine, let's see, this right here, that's the reason why it's not lining up on a plane, because that lines up on a plane and that lines up on a plane. So if you put a really gentle fold right here, it'll come closer to lining up right on a plane. And I can kind of show you at an angle kind of what I'm talking about. Maybe it's hard to tell with this helmet because it's got a peak to it, but you kind of, and I'll show you the process some more here in a minute. And the other thing that you're going to actually do is you're going to make sure that the back of that helmet is squared off a little bit. When you do that, it'll help widen the helmet out a little bit. And back of your head is, you know, not exactly looking like that. It looks more like that. So, in any case, I'll get you some more video here in just a second. Alright, so I've got everything set up. I'm going to hand the camera over to Nevada here in just a second, but this is what you want to do with your vise is you put those jaws apart pretty far. I mean, you can kind of tell how far that is. Put a piece of leather on it, and you want to pick a hammer that kind of looks like this. It has either this one's kind of light for this work. Maybe if I was doing 14 gauge, this would work. This is for something else entirely different. But what I've done is I've modified this axe head, and I'd really like a lot more weight behind it. I'm having trouble finding the rock hammer that has the blade going this way versus that way. I have no idea why I'm having so much trouble finding that hammer here locally. I'm probably going to end up having to order it. But I'm going to hand the camera over to Nevada. Say hi, Nevada. That was very demure. Alright, oh, let me grab my glove. This thing, when you hit on it, it rocks around quite a bit, so try to have a glove on. But you take that point and you put it right in the middle between your jaws. Alright? Then you're going to take your hammer and hit it right on that point. Your leather is there to keep your metal from getting scarred up by the edges of the vise. All right. Bigger piece of leather would probably be helpful. Good reason to wear a glove, right there.
And closed-toed shoes.
And steel-toed shoes, yeah. Now, I haven't done as much moving with that as I'd have liked, okay? But you can see that it's actually started basically folding this in around this point. And let me go grab the other piece so you can see the difference. Alright, see the difference? And that's what you want to start doing, okay? Let's see if it's made a difference between those 2 points. It has. Alright. Can you see that? You can actually fit this one inside of that one now. Whereas before they were fairly identical. Thank you. Alright, I'll continue doing this until I get them a little closer to that point I was telling you about. Alright. So this is a little bit different. Alright. That back end's a lot closer. Okay? So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, clean those lines up a little bit, so I don't have to worry so much about how they're going to look after I weld them. Alright, and I'll just cut a little down in here, a little bit in there, so this comes together a little bit more. Actually, I'd probably do most, yeah. And then I'll tack it up here, right there, and then right there, and then I'll show you how to change that back end so that it looks a little bit better. Gets a little closer. Alright, so I've made it that far. Actually, turn that lip over a little bit. Thanks, Sean. Say hi. Sean's over there being annoying. Say hi. He didn't say hi. He just waved. You gotta say hi.
Hi.
Alright, cool. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, he's gonna kick me in the tail here in a little bit. Alright, so I've got that basically welded where I said I was gonna weld it. And if you turn it around to the back, you got the opening. Alright, so closing that opening is fun, and I'll show you a little bit about how to do that here in a minute. Alright, so heading the camera to Nevada again, and so you got to close that gap a little bit. Don't have to close it completely, it doesn't have to be perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to stick it right in there. Alright, something like that. I'm going to take my big split face, and I'm going to hit it along this area right here to try to curve this back a little bit more. Alright, so I'm going to get a good hold on it. And there's a beginning. You can see I've moved it some, and it's not going to be, I'm probably not going to get these to meet this way. So I know somebody's going to suggest, hey, why are you working so high up? Bring some of that stuff down a little lower. You're absolutely right. It needs to happen. So don't make that comment. I know somebody's gonna make that comment just because I said don't make that comment. It'll probably be Sean.
Hey, maybe you should work lower.
No, online, dude. You gotta do it right. Alright. So I've closed it up a little bit. I've changed the shape a little bit. I'm gonna work it a little bit more, and then we'll go from there.
Hey, maybe you should work lower.
I don't know how to do it.
Alright, I have to tell people to behave between shots. In any case, I'm going to give the camera to Nevada. And you see the ratchet strap. Well, I'm just going to use the ratchet strap.
Working too high up.
Sorry.
I think the ratchet strap is either a little rotten, or maybe I should have, you know, cleaned the edge a little bit because maybe it was a little sharp. Yeah, it's sharp.
No. So don't use a ratchet strap.
Ouch,
Right, okay.
my hand. All you gotta do is hit this button right here. Okay, I don't have to show that last video because, you know, I don't have to, but I don't have that kind of ego, and it's actually kind of funny, so this is the way you should do it. This little ratchet strap should go on the open part so it's not sliding across the edges here. And I had forgotten that since yesterday. So, Nevada, will you hold the camera? So you just ratchet strap it together. And it goes really, really easy. Alright, you're close like that, so I'll go in and I'll adjust that to make it a little closer. And then I'll just tack weld it right there, you know, for like 1/4 of an inch. So I'll show you what it looks like after that here in just a second. Alright, so I tack welded it on the inside and the outside, just simply because chances of me breaking that while hammering on it's pretty good. So I'm going to hand the camera to the Nevada person. And what you do is you're going to hit it on each side of the thing. Let me grab my other hammer. Alright. Try to get it somewhere where it's not going to move too much. See how it's closing up now? That's what you want it to do. Got it pretty close. It's not exactly close enough though, but I'm just gonna add a little bit more right in there of weld. So I get a little closer. See, it's not lapped quite right, so I'm gonna hit it a little bit on this side. Get that closer, then weld that. And I might be able to get it to close up a little bit more. Closer. Alright. That's close enough to weld all the way up to there. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to come back and I'll work on that some more. And after I get that done, I'll show you what to do next. Click. Alright, if you look at these two helmets, you'll see that that one's more rounded and that one's more oval. Well, this one is still oval, it just kind of looks rounded. Mainly because, you know, the eyebrows are going to stick out somewhere over here on this helmet. And we need to make this one a whole lot less oval, because right now it is seriously egg-shaped. If it actually had this part still on it, it would be sticking out to like here. Okay? So I need to show you how I do that. Alright, this thing's still pretty hot because I just finished welding it. You can see the outside is completely welded, but the inside is not. You don't want to weld the inside until after you get this part of this process done. But we're going to widen out the back of this helmet. So I'm going to take this piece of wood and stick it in here. It's slightly wider than my vise. I'll stick it in there like this. Alright. Now I'll just start tightening my vise down on it. Alright. The wood makes it so that you don't have this giant little crease looking thing in the bottom of this top. Back a little. This is stainless. And so you gotta overbend it a little bit. It'll spring back. Let's see what we've done to it. Alright, a little lopsided, but I can fix that on my ball over there. But it's much more round. Let's compare it to the other one now. It probably could come out a little bit more. This is a smaller helmet than that one, just a tiny little bit. So I'll probably do that. Anyway, that's it for now. You guys have shown you how to do this. If you don't have a vise, you can also just take it over to your shop. and hit it with your big one. And if you hit it hard enough and hit it many, many times, it will change shape as well. So that's it for now.